Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Saturday, November 29th, 2025. You may follow me on the tech, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, to make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. Right? Right, Bubby? Yeah, look at that boot. We're going to use the Spirit Song Tarot by Paulina Faye. I got this off Amazon. I think like 16, 17 bucks. I can't remember. Or maybe I got it for less and that's what it originally was on there. I just know it sat in my cart for a while and then I was like, ooh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. We got 1 on the table, 3 on the table, 5 on the table. Okay, let me get these in order a little bit here. Oh, would you look at that? We got 5 on the table with 3 major arcana. Let's do one more shuffle. Put that on the box. We've got King of Shells. We've got the Hermit, the High Priestess, the Magician, 4 of Feathers, and bottom of the deck, 10 of Shells. Somebody's like feminine, masculine, take care how it resonates. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the squirrels running around down there because now that it's snowing, I can see all the squirrels running around. Usually, most of them are camouflaged by the grass. So with the Hermit, the High Priestess, the Magician, I'm just seeing somebody like manifesting abundance for themselves. Again, whatever that means for you. With the 4 of Feathers, whoever this person is, they're not electrolyte drink. They're not overdoing it. Like, this isn't somebody that's like working themselves to death, like with manifestation, and just working overall towards abundance for themselves. This is someone like taking their time. And this is working for them. With the King of Shells, with the 10 of Shells, like somebody's very happy. They feel blessed. If they're not blessed, they feel blessed. Like somebody's So the 10 of Shells says blessings and well-being, and I wanted to say well off, but not like, because a lot of people will use that phrase like, oh, they're well off, like they're wealthy. I guess you could say it like that. They're wealthy in spirit. They're wealthy in They're wealthy in spirit. They're well off. They're not like rich, right? But they're wealthy. They're wealthy in everything that counts for them, if that makes sense. If that means money for you, then fabulous. That means money for you. But not everybody looks at it like that. And I don't think this person realizes, whoever this person is, how much of an effect they have on the people around them. Like this is somebody that, like, sorry, I'm like hitting my, I wanted to put it up here because I figured it would stay, but now it's hitting my chin. This is somebody that if they were to pass away, or like if they were to know, like, oh, I'm going to pass away tomorrow, they would be like, oh yeah, nobody's going to miss me. Like, the day is going to go on. It's, it's going to be the same as it ever was. People forget, right? And people do forget. But people often take on the attributes of the people that they love and follow the most. And that's not in a creepy way. That's like, and this is just an example. This is just an example, y'all. Let's say I have a really great cookie recipe and I teach it to my friend, and she starts making these cookies for like every holiday for her kids, all that stuff, for her family, people's birthdays, stuff like that. Let's say I pass away. She's making this recipe and not even thinking about it. Makes it all the time. 2 years after I pass away, she's making this recipe, and she realizes what a gift that was to her, and what a gift I was to her, right? What a gift we were to each other. It People often don't realize, like, how beloved they are, and people often don't realize how much they love other people. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying that people have to die in order for that to happen. I'm just saying at some point people have these epiphany moments where they're like, oh, damn, like that person really had an effect on me. Like they really changed the way I thought about politics or religion or children or home or cars or teaching or, whatever. It could be anything. And I think part of what people will love this person for is how they stand on business, how they have morals and values, and they stick to that. Like, this is what I believe in, and that's that. I'm spiritual, I'm religious, I'm a Republican, I'm Democrat, whatever. This is what I am, this is what I believe in, and I'm sticking to it. And you can either like it or not like it. I don't care. I am who I am, and that's that. And I think people really look at this person as a model for how they want to be. And I will say this. I will say this every day, all day long. I've had people, not a lot, but I've had people come up to me and tell me, "Oh, like you're an inspiration, or you taught me this, or this, that, and the other." And the funny thing is I'm always the one saying, if not to people, saying to myself, like, so and so inspires me. I want to be more like them. Like, this is the person that I want to emulate, right? I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about ways for me to rise, for me to do better and be better as a human being. But I think we often forget, we often don't see when other people feel that way about us. And especially if you are like-minded like me, if you are of the mind that, we're a collective, the more of us that come together and work together, it doesn't matter about the individuality so much as we can all work together to build, a better life for ourselves, a better world. And when we're in that mindset, we often forget the effect that we have on others, right? Good and bad. In this case, good. Like somebody doesn't realize how people love them so much. You know what I mean? The High Priestess card has some kind of like wild cat on there. The Magician has a crow. And the Four of Feathers has a bear. It very much gives off like, and I'm just, it very much gives off like Leo energy, or like the Strength card in tarot. Like it like somebody has experienced a lot in their lifetime, a lot of growth, a lot of learning, and just has used this to better themselves and make themselves stronger, make themselves more resilient. And maybe that's part of what people look at them and adore them for. Maybe that could be it. If your life story is anything like mine and you have a lot of trial and tribulation in there, people might look at you and be like, "Damn, like how did you make it through that? Like you must be like one of the strongest people on this planet." And the funny thing is those of us that experience that, those of us that go through a lifetime like that, we don't even look at it like that. Like it's literally just like, okay, let's get through this lesson, let's make it through somehow, let's survive, let's heal from it, and let's start the next one. Cuz I only got so much time left according to my life watch. But I feel like we get to that point where it's just kind of like, okay, the clock's ticking, let's go. But everybody else is looking at it as like, oh my God, like, how did you do that? How did you live through that? And we just don't really look at it like that. Because, and I'm not at all saying this to toot a horn or anything like that. It's just once you feel like you've experienced the most horrible thing you can experience, it's kind of like you're looking around the corner, like, okay, what's next? What else you got? Like, you gonna give me something? Like, what are we doing here? You're not even really looking at it like, oh my God, this and that happened to me. Oh my God, I'm like the bestest person in the world. Because we just don't look at it like that. Is someone specifically, if this resonates for someone specifically might be looked at and revered for like their spirituality or their religion, whichever one would resonate. If somebody is being looked at like, I don't know that I would say like a leader, but somebody that, again, somebody that just seems to be confident in what they know and what they practice, if that makes sense. because it doesn't necessarily have to be like, again, it kind of gives that vibe of like you believe what you believe, and people look at you and admire you for that. And they want to stand on business for themselves like that. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I just saw like a red hat, not not a mega hat. No offense, not a mega hat, but like a feminine, like a dressy red hat. I don't know how to describe it. Almost like I would almost say like a feminine kind of looking bowler hat. I don't know. They used to wear them, I think, like in the 50s, the 60s, maybe. Sorry, my ear's itchy. Yeah, I would say like a fancy red hat. I can picture it in my head. I just have no idea what kind of hat it is. Like if it has a specific name or anything. But I think like 50s, 60s era. Because for some reason I'm also thinking about Mad Men. I miss Mad Men. That was a good show. However, I don't really have any desire to rewatch it, honestly. I feel like that was one of the best shows ever made. Mad Men was one of the best shows ever made. But when you watch it, man, like it is heartbreaking. That show is heartbreaking. And I don't even know why I feel the need to talk about it. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it resonated for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.